And now let's continue with the session number 2, which is titled Tools and Technologies for Resilient Energy Communities. Again, we will have 2 talks, 2 different presentations, and then a Q&A and a poll session. So our first presentation in this session is from Ms. Yolanda Nicolaou Abad and Mr. Francesco Filippi, representing the Log Greener project and the Valencian Federation of Municipalities and Provinces. Ms. Nicolaou is a project coordinator working on local governance and green energy, and Mr. Filippi is director of operations at Musol Foundation, focusing on sustainability and local innovation. Their presentation is titled Local Energy Transition Planning and Enabling Tools. So I would like to welcome you both, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Petros. Good morning, everyone. I share the presentation. Okay. Okay. First, I would like to thank to the EnerCmed project to invite us to present and share with you the Log Greener Toolkit for Local Energy Transition Planning. Log Greener is the Composing Local Green Energy Transition project. The main objective of the project is to improve the capacities of local authorities to plan and implement energy transition local plans through the creation of an integral and optimized toolkit that is based in the results of 3 previous EnerCmed projects, Compose, Prismi, and Local for Green. The target group of Log Greener are local authorities and also key multiplier stakeholders like associations of municipalities, regional authorities, and any kind of entity, organization that supports municipalities in the energy planning. Our project, Log Greener, is a transfer project. Is the upscaled and updated addition of the tools produced by Compose, Prismi, and Local for Green. The tool of Compose is a platform with tools and resources to foster more efficient implementation of the energy planning. Prismi created a toolbox to identify the most promising renewable energy sources for being exploited in each territory and to collect the data for energy planning. And Local for Green produce tools to design and implement innovative local fiscal policies to promote RES. You have here how Log Greener works. We have in our partnership, we have technical partners that were also partners in the projects we are capitalizing. In Spain, the organization I represent is the Valencian Federation of Municipalities and Provinces, that is the lead partner. And we have Musol Foundation as technical partner. In Croatia, we have University of Zagreb as technical partner and also partner from Prismi project. And in Greece, we have the Technical University as technical partner and also partner from Compose. Also, we have multiplier partners to ensure the transferring of the Log Greener outputs. In Italy, the Unso Lazio, an association of municipalities. In Croatia, Linear Network, a local action group. In Slovenia, LIAS, that is a local energy agency. And in Bosnia Herzegovina, the Zenica de Boc Canton, that is a regional authority. In addition, we have associated municipalities in the project that we call the receiver municipalities, where the toolkit of the project is being applied. We have one municipality in each partner country, and we have other associated partners like other municipalities, regional authorities, and so on. As main Logriner activities, we have 3 work packages. In the work package 1, we have the main product of the project, that is the Logriner toolkit. We have to produce also training. We have produced a training pack on the use of the toolkit. To develop the training activities in the work package 1, training activities addressed to local authorities and key in work package 2, sorry, training activities to local authorities and key multiplier stakeholders, and to apply the toolkit in the receiver municipalities, as I said before, trying to engage the policymakers to uptake the energy transition plans that we draft with using our toolkit. In the work package 3, we have activities of communication of the toolkit in relevant events. We are drafting international and national policy recommendations, and also we are designing and implementing technical impact amplification strategies addressed to the mapped policymakers and key stakeholders. And at this point, I give the floor to my colleague Francesco Filippi to continue with the presentation.
Good morning. Thank you, Yolanda. Good morning, everybody. And I also would like to thank EnerCmed project to give us the opportunity to present Logriner main output. It means the toolkit that, as Yolanda already mentioned, is the result of merging the main outputs of 3 projects, Compose, Local for Green, and Prismi. It was really a win-win approach, because Compose project gave us already very comprehensive toolkit that was where was easy to integrate, to include the Local for Green and Prismi content. But Prismi and Local for Green contributed to complement the Compose toolkit with some tools that covered areas that were not previously included in the Compose toolkit. For instance, Prismi included in the Compose toolkit a tool to draft renewable resources scenarios that are very useful at the planning stage when we are planning the local energy transition strategies. And the Local for Green provided a wide range of fiscal policies to promote energy transition. The Compose toolkit did not consider before the green taxation as a tool, and it was the main contribution of the Local for Green project. The result of this integration, in the next slide, is this circular pile, let's say, inspired in the classic Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle, where you can find 6 clear steps that cover all the phases of the local energy transition planning, but also monitoring and evaluation. In that sense, the toolkit is really comprehensive, integral. That is one of the feature of the toolkit that, in our opinion, is the most interesting one, because when a local authority wants to start planning a local energy transition strategy, can really find a very complete repository of tools for each of these 6 steps, and can use the toolkit through all the process. For each of these 6 steps, you can click on each of them, and you can find a very comprehensive repository of tools, methodology, and also bibliography. If we go to the next slide, for instance, if you click on the first step, choosing a problem, you can find a couple of sub-chapters identifying the local energy needs and estimating the local renewable resource and efficiency potential. And if you go to the estimating the local energy source, renewable resource and efficiency potential, here you can find for each kind of renewable resource, for instance, a lot of tools, most of them online, that you can use to assess and estimate such topics in order to prepare the information for a proper energy transition local plan. Where we have included the PRISMI and the Local for Green contents. If we go to the next slide, the green taxation is useful, especially to engage to engage stakeholders, especially private stakeholders. I mean, companies and citizens all pay some kind of taxes. Many taxes and fees are paid to the local authority, and the Local for Green project included in this toolkit two main tools. On one side, we included the methodology we used to design green taxation at local level. It's a 20 steps methodology. It entails, for instance, the legal feasibility assessment, the economic impact assessment. Of course, we need to know if we can modify taxes, fees, or we can put in place new taxes or fees at the municipal level, but we also need to know if what is the impact of these taxes and fees in the local authority budget in terms of increase or decrease of the fiscal revenues. Most of the fiscal models that we have designed according to this methodology, 20-step methodology, are fiscal incentives. It means reduction of taxes and fees for those taxpayers that have implemented at home or at their companies some renewable resources. So the first part is the methodology, the complete one with all the 20 steps is fully described in a handbook. The second part is the collection of all the fiscal models. I mean, the concrete fiscal policies. It means the creation of new taxes and fees that in some case was possible, and the modification of existing taxes and fees at a municipal level. And all these models that are described in this fiche that you can see, 3 of them here in the slide, all these models have been tested in the previous project. It means that we know that they are feasible and they have been put in place, and most of them are still working, let's say. So they can easily be adapted to other municipalities. This is the integration of the content of the Local for Green into the toolkit. The PRISMI content, if you go to the next slide, it has been included in the step 3, the drafting of the local action plan, that is where we need a tool for modeling renewable energy scenarios. If you enter in this chapter, you can find the online tool of PRISMI, and also the Excel table that you can download and use in your municipality to support the local action plan drafting at a local level. The toolkit, the whole toolkit, or a part of it, has been already tested in several municipalities. It has been very useful for local authorities that joined the Covenant of Measure for Climate and Energy in order to draft their SECAP. It is one of the most common application of the toolkit, but it's not the only one, of course. Well, just a few words to close my presentation. The Low Greener project produced the toolkit with a very intense work of integration of the different projects that I have explained. But we are actually applying right now the toolkit in different municipalities. For instance, here in Spain, the Valencian Federation of Municipalities and Provinces and Musol Foundation, we are applying the toolkit in the municipality of Ribarroja, that was unfortunately was affected by the floods last year. And so we are trying to, we are using the toolkit to embed the energy transition into the reconstruction process of some municipal buildings that were affected by the flooding. If we go to the last slide, please. This process of application of the toolkit entail a training process. I mentioned the training process because it was given to the specific receiver municipalities, but also the training has been recorded, and it is available for everybody who wants to apply the toolkit, and it will be available in the EnerCmed Academy, I hope soon. So all the community can use the training material to understand how to use the toolkit with more details. We are also providing technical support to use the toolkit, of course, to the municipalities the specific municipality where we are applying it. But we are also open to receive more, let's say, technical support requires. And until the end of the project, it means until December of this year, we will be able to provide some technical support to the organization that want to apply the toolkit. Last but not least, I would like to mention that we are extracting some, say, policy recommendation from the application of the toolkit. Some of them are national based, but some of them, one of them especially, is an international policy recommendation. And here I would like to close my presentation, also informing that we are considering addressing the covenant of merger of climate and energy with a international policy recommendation extracted by the application of the toolkit. And we are not only open, but we are actively looking for synergy and collaboration with other thematic projects in order to jointly draft a policy recommendation for this organization, for the Covenant of Measure for Climate and Energy. So if someone is interested in working together, drafting together this kind of policy recommendation, please contact us, Yolanda or me, and we are really glad to try to collaborate with you to build, to draft a stronger and impactful policy recommendation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both, Yolanda and Francesco, for this nice presentation. Again, I would like to invite our attendees to write their questions in Q&A tool. And now I would like to invite Mr. Pablo Palomo Torralba from the Renew Port Project and Foundation Valencia Port for his presentation. Mr. Palomo is part of the innovation team at Valencia Port and brings expertise in port management and R&D in energy monitoring and integration. His talk is titled Digital Solutions for Energy Management, Tracking, Monitoring and Integration. So, Pablo, the floor is yours. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Petros, for the introduction. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, and thank you also EnerCmed project for the invitation. Good morning to everybody. First of all, I want to present our entity. Fundación Valencia Port is the Center for Research, Innovation, Training, and International Cooperation in Port Logistics Cluster. It is an initiative of the Port Authority of Valencia, bringing the most important companies of the port, universities of the city of Valencia, and institutions of the region. It has already developed more than 300 projects in more than 60 countries, mainly in the Mediterranean area, Europe, and Latin America. Our main activity is the promotion of the innovation through the implementation and execution of R&D and I projects, We have also an important human team to manage a lot of training courses, especially our master in port and shipping management that we teach not only in Spain, but also in some American countries such as Brazil or Argentina. In these countries, we manage also an active cooperation, and we support Spanish logistics operators undergoing a process of internationalization. We manage a market intelligence service that develops indexes, databases, and reports as the Valencia Containerized Freight Index that reflects the evolution of rates in the market for the export of full containers from the Port of Valencia. Finally, we support also the port logistics community, encouraging cooperation within the sector. We work in 6 main areas. First, market intelligence with market, sectoral, and interland analysis, market alerts, and analysis of policies and regulations impacting on shipping and ports. Port logistics that includes projects on port integration in global supply chains, port connectivity with the interland, and standardization, optimization, and flexibility of port logistics operation.
Hello, Pablo. Mr. Paloma, sorry. If you can
Yes.
share your screen. We can hear you and see you
sorry.
very well, but not see your screen.
Oh, sorry, yes. Now?
Not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And now?
Okay.
Yes, now we can see your screen.
You can see
Thank
the
you.
screen?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, sorry. Well, okay. Continue with the presentation of the Fundación. We work also in digital transformation that includes developments in collaborative environments, projects on technologies for traceability, control towers, and digital transformation plans. We work also in energy transition and sustainability with innovative projects in electrification and renewable production as Renewport, circular economy and adaptation to climate change, security and protection with several projects in management of emergencies, advanced surveillance and control systems and cybersecurity. And finally, we work also on blue economy with projects in marine and coastal ecotourism, protection of the seas, and biodiversity of new professional profiles. After this brief introduction of Fundación Valencia Port, I'm going to introduce you Renewport project. The full title of the project is Harnessing Renewable Energy Potential for Clean Energy Transition of Med Ports, which gives you already a good idea of what the project objective is. Renewport aims to tackle the challenge of climate change mission through the exploitation of renewable energy sources in Med Ports. Ports promote maritime transport instead of road transport, especially in some areas of Europe, and maritime transport is the most environmentally friendly way of transport. Nevertheless, ports are located near the cities and they contribute to climate change by emitting CO2. So we have to work on reducing CO2 emissions and anything else that could be a problem for citizens living nearby. Renewport supports Med Ports, turning them from emitters of pollutants and greenhouse gases to clean energy hubs by exploiting the untapped potential of renewable energy sources. Policymakers will be endowed with new solutions, supporting them to fight climate change, reaching energy goals and carbon neutrality, and citizens will benefit from cleaner air. The project has 10 partners. The majority of them are port authority in 8 different Med countries, from Spain to Greece, through France, Italy, Slovenia, Croatia, Montenegro, and Albania. The leader is the port authority of Eastern Adriatic Sea, whose main port is Trieste, in Italy. The project started already in January last year and will finish in 1 year, in September next year. and it is co-funded by the Interreg EuroMed program as the EnerCmed project. The project is divided in three main activities. The first one is the development of a toolkit that I'm going to present you just in a minute. The second one will consist of the testing of renewable energy options in medports. Each port participating in the project will implement concrete pilot activities and investments testing the use of renewable energy sources in different scenarios and contexts. At the end, the partners will scale up and transfer the project solutions to other ports and companies. The toolkit is conceived as a practical, user-friendly resource for port authorities, energy technicians, and other stakeholders to identify how much electricity can be generated on-site from renewable sources, given each port's local characteristics and energy needs. By providing tailored guidance and calculations, the toolkit serves as a powerful planning aid for ports to map out renewable installations and meet sustainability targets in line with climate goals. The main characteristics in line with climate goals the main characteristics of the toolkit, are represented in this diagram. It takes the form of a web tool linked to the project's website. It provides practical advice, guidance, information, and calculation of the potential of renewable energy sources used for medports. It gives information about the photovoltaic generation using the PVGs tool developed by the European Council Joint Research Center, and gives also information about the wind energy generation, obtaining data from the site of Global Wind Atlas. A map is used to select the location of the port to be studied. It represents a monthly estimate of the energy production for 1 year by each installation and also aggregated for all the installations. The results can be displayed or downloaded, and the toolkit allows access to all internet users. We have identified and non-identified users. This is the landing page of the toolkit. From this page, it is possible to load previously created studies or initiate a new one. Access to the reports of the last study, if also available, provided that the study has already been created. Under the Studies drop-down menu, we have access to the created or public studies, to the possibility to create a new study, and to the comparison of two selected studies. Under the Settings drop-down menu, we can display the list of users, the list of ports already registered, a list of photovoltaic panels to be used, and a list of wind turbines. In the four cases, we have the possibility to create or register new items in the list: users, ports, panels, and turbines. Upon accessing the ports section, all previously created ports are listed. By the moment, we are only working with MED projects, as you can see in the image, but we expect to enlarge the geographical scope in the future. When you access to an already defined study, or you define a new one, you are able to create, edit, or delete both wind and photovoltaic installations. You can define a photovoltaic installation with these characteristics: name of the panel and the characteristics of this particular panel, geographical situation, the azimuth, the inclination, and the loss expected. If you don't know some of the data, the toolkit offers you by default. And if you want to add a wind installation, you can define some characteristics and the name of the turbine, and also the characteristics of this turbine, the geographical situation, the hub age, and the number of turbines you want to install. When you finish to define the installations, you can ask for a report, and the tool will present you a report like this. All graphs are interactive. Hovering over data points reveals detailed monthly statistics. In the monthly range production section, buttons allow for the display of individual study graphs in a floating window. At the bottom of the page of the report, a summary table presents a concise overview of all study data. The names of the installations, the type, the equipment used, the quantity of this equipment, the surface used, and of course, the yearly energy production. There is also a compare section that allows for the comparison of two selected studies. It gives you information of the energy produced by each study and the main data of this energy. And you can access to the tool through these links, renewport.digiport.com.s. You can find the link also in the website of the RenewPort project, in the website of the Interreg EuroMed program. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Pablo, for this nice presentation. We can move directly to our second interactive poll. In the meantime, you can write your questions in the Q&A box. So now I would like to ask you to answer in our second poll. You will find it shortly in your screen. So the question is about how ready is your organization or institution or your community to plan its next renewable energy community using basic digital tools like maps, demand data, simple scenarios, etc. You can scan the QR code and provide your answer, and shortly we'll see the answers in a pie chart. Few more seconds for your answers. I think or you have the chance to answer to this. Okay. So since we're a little bit late, we can see the results and move to our next session. Can we see the results now? Good. Okay, thank you all for your participation. I would like to thank the speakers for their presentations. And now I would like to give the floor to my colleague Augusto, who will moderate the next two sessions.